Chào mừng quý vị trở lại với chương trình Nhà lãnh đạo doanh nghiệp. Trong phần này thì tôi nghĩ đây là một phần rất là thú vị, bởi vì tôi sẽ trao đổi với tỷ phú Patrick McGovern về những bài học mà ông có thể rút ra sau những cái năm thành công ở trên thương trường cũng như thành công trong lĩnh vực công nghệ. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, in this segment, I would like to focus on the lesson you draw after the 50 years doing business and to doing in technology. But the first lesson I would like to hear from you, that is how to be a local, how to integrate the new society when you set up a new version of computer world.
Yes, well, I always like to go myself to the country because you learn a lot by seeing the people, seeing how they behave, discussing with them, and gives you an intuitive flavor for what the mores or the objectives and standards of the society are. And then, of course, we would look to hire a good, skilled team of people. And then, as I mentioned, we cannot judge their work directly. They're in a different language, a different culture. But we can ask the intended customers how they rate it, and that gives the feedback to us and as well as to the team to maximize the value of what they do for the customer. And then I found that the best thing to do is to promote a learning system, because each country is making many experiments and trying new things, and human nature is enough the same everywhere in the world that often if somebody come up with another interesting way of presenting multimedia on the internet or coming up with a special conference format, it may work in many other countries. So we quickly pass best practices or our successes wherever they happen to occur to the rest of our country, all our other countries. So, for example, our first publication about the distributing computer products was actually created in France, and our first telecom publication was made in China, and our first industry directory in Brazil. So it's not, we don't think the U.S. should create things and then send them around the rest of the world, but we observe what works in other countries and we adopt it and globalize it. So everyone is an inventor and doing R&D to contribute to our success.
Could you tell me the story when you was in Henan province in China? It seems you drained the snake blood there.
Yes, well, I met with the local potential partners who were going to help us get started with some new publishing projects, but they said, we want to go and introduce you to some of our local customs. So they brought out a big cobra snake and chopped it up and smoked it for us, and then they poured the blood into nice little wine glasses, and so we had to drink the snake blood and eat the cobra meat, and they said, now you're sort of initiated in our local culture. So we accept you because you've shown you're willing to live the same life that we are when you're in our county or in our country.
In Vietnam, so somebody invited you eat the fish sauce.
A fish sauce, yes. Yeah, that's a good fish sauce. And I go to the goat restaurant and have all the parts of the goat. And then on this trip, actually, I also had the snake, and we drank about 3 or 4 glasses of snake blood and had about 4 snakes that we ate their bodies of. So very enjoyable. It makes you feel very energized, and maybe it's all in your mind's imagination, but you feel very vigorous.
Thank you.
Ready for an athletic challenge.
I would like to mention about your business model, or somebody's name that the McGovern business management structure. So how you explain about decentralized business management?
Yes, well, when we first started, I was like a typical company founder. I wanted to check everything myself, and I remember coming back from a trip for 2 weeks, and I saw a big stack of things in my in-basket, and saying, well, so I'm really holding the company back. People are waiting for me to approve all these things, and I thought, what really makes a successful company? And I realized there were thousands of successful companies with no help from me, so I said, I can't be essential, and I thought, what you needed is to find a need in the market that people wanted to fulfill. You had to find a passionate leader who was proud to fulfill that need and would make best efforts to do it, and then that they would inspire other people to come join them in that task. And then they would want to be treated the way I like to be treated, with respect and confidence, and celebrate their successes. So that's when I changed my business model to say, I want to grow by having a great flotilla or a great federation of small companies where each company would be dedicated to a particular need in the market, and that they would have the freedom to make their own decisions and move with the markets. And I found that works out very well. Part of our brain research shows that our brain evolved at a time when we were tribal people, where we typically had like 12 people in a family, and 12 families made a tribe. So about 144 people is like the amount you can comfortably know personally, know their name, know their children's name, etc. So it turns out that that we have 13,500 people.
With the business management structure, so you get more confidence to the new hire in the local
that's
market.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, because
so they have a right to make decisions.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and then they're small size, they're human-sized companies,
yes,
so that everybody knows everyone else and they work together. As I found, once the company gets to 500 people or 1,000 people, it breaks up into subgroups, and then there's rivalries within the company, and people are holding each other back. So I like small is beautiful, and just like venture capital, where you start brand new companies, works well. I like to keep my companies small and focused, and have many of them to help each other learn.
I have seen you present at every big event. For example, the launching of new computer worlds in Vietnam, or you present at the trade fair, computer fair, etc. So I never seen your vice president of deputy chief of the IDG.
Well, that's why we don't have any regional management. We don't. So the head of Vietnam, IDC, IDG Vietnam, they have their own businesses, and I come personally to visit them once or twice a year.
Thank you. Thưa quý vị khán giả, tôi vừa trao đổi với tỷ phú Beth về những cái bài học rất là thú vị về quản lý, cũng như về cái doanh nghiệp của ông. Và tôi nghĩ rằng là những bài học này, nếu chúng ta làm thành những cái sơ đồ, thì có thể là những bài rất là tốt cho những cái bạn trẻ đang học về quản trị. Chúng ta sẽ trở lại phút với phần cuối của chương trình, đó là cái cuộc sống riêng của một tỷ phú như thế nào.